Welcome to I'm Woke. What's up, buddies? Stormy Calder here. If you're new, I'm a psychic medium, a shaman, a high performance coach, all the fun, esoteric things. I post on spiritual and personal development, so if that's your jam, go ahead and hit subscribe, tap the bell for notifications, like this video, comment below, sup to all the people that I love the most in the whole world. For those of you that don't know, my community, my clients give me life. Like, I love you immensely. I'm so appreciative for you guys. I don't know that you have any idea. I know I say it kind of all the time, but like truly, I just, I need you to know. I need you to know it like gives me life. I love my career. Took a long time for me to get here, but I'm just vibing with it. Okay, anyway, I'm pulling out all the cards. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna go today, but I am in like the candy treasure box of oracle cards. This is like my jam. And they are all still pretty. So anyway, I'm gonna do a spiritual reading. I'm in the Akashic records for October 6th to the 13th, post-eclipse. If you missed the eclipse video, watch either the last video or the video before in my feed, last week's video. Really incredible themes. Gosh, it's been a doozy. I hope you guys are managing well. It's been an interesting week. I feel like it's been very topsy-turvy, very conflict oriented. So that's the vibe. All right, what else do I want to say? Those of you that have been considering working with me one-on-one or would like to go very deep with me and would like a total transformation and makeover of your spiritual self and your real world self and your level of confidence and vitality and what you can handle, I truly will walk you through a complete transformation. You will feel like a new person by the time you are done with me. So if that is up your alley and you're interested, send me an email at wearewokeaf@gmail.com. I've got the email linked below and I will send you the package details. What else have I got going on? I'm about to launch a money course called Money Recoded. It is going to be live for 8 weeks. You'll get live time with me and workshop and channeled content and material and meditations and activations and all of those things. I'm going to launch that. Well, we're going to start like probably middle/end of October. But that program's going to be live. I'm really excited for it. I've been channeling Money, the entity, who is a feminine entity form for me. And the entire curriculum came through. God Source was my guides were very specific with me. They were like, do not stray from the curriculum. It is a full-on God channeled curriculum for money, how to attract more of it, how to be in sync with it spiritually. It includes, what else is in that curriculum? I'll be diving into it in more streams, but money is the provider, money is the mother, money is your twin flame energy. We're going to be going into sex magic around money, money and power, money and sex. They're all like lots of really integral energies around money, the respect that we give money, and we're going to be rewriting your codes. Anyway, it's going to be very exciting. If you want to be the first to know, just send me an email and I'll put you on the list, babes. Okay, hold on. I'm getting so distracted right now. First thing I'm going to do is check in with the staff. Actually, I'm going to give you a first theme for the week because this drove me crazy. Okay, so those of you that follow me know that this is like one of my pride and joys. Anyway, I found it on the beach in Santa Monica. It called out to me. It's got like an energy, and one of my coaches told me to do druid staff channeling for a while. Anyway, the staff came to me. It's very special. I channel it. It's got like the ancestors of the entire planet, shamanic ancestors channeled within it. And I'm not gonna go crazy swearing, but I want to. Termites ate it yesterday and it drove me crazy. You guys, so this is like my sacred staff channel, and now there are little freaking, look at this. Like, what? So, I was really thinking about it, and I was like, termites ate my channel staff. So here's the deal. There's there's probably a lot of shadow coming up from the eclipse. Whenever I see bugs or insects, and these termites were in my apartment and they drove me nuts. I think I've killed them all, but you know, we do what we gotta do. But anyway, the insects are showing me, insects only really come in droves when it's like, when my shadow and the shadow of the collective is like really, really, really present. Just as soon as you got it. Drives me nuts, man. I really was like cranky, but it's also like, how can you be cranky with nature? Because like nature, like of course termites eat wood. I had wood sitting on the floor, you know, whatever. This level of insectry though is it's very significant of the below the ground layer surface, going into the decomposing elements of the psyche and of the shadow. How the shadow shows herself, for me, for you guys, how the shadow shows itself is through insects, through things that are below the ground, and making themselves known. So it also, all of these insects popped up in like under 24 hours, and I was like, oh, she's doing shadow work. And then I've been doing the most intense shadow work. Not that I ever not do it intensely, but for days. So all of that to say, you're going to be focused on shadow work. There's going to be conflicts coming up. I remember in the last week's channel, they were talking about the cracks in the foundation, like anything that is not a pleasurable foundation for you, that is built on a really solid, healthy base of prosperity, is making itself known. Now, when I see the cracks in the foundation, when I was talking to Spirit about these termites 2 days ago, they kept showing me the cracks in the foundation, and I was like, oh, so when the foundation cracks, the bugs come out. When the foundation cracks, the people come out and start kicking and screaming that don't belong. Like whatever was living in that environment, that like ecosystem, comes up because it has to, because it's like a baby earthquake in your consciousness that shakes everything up. When the insects and beings, they're really people, right? When the circumstances start coming up, it's up to us to, actually, let me ask them, what's the best way to navigate it when it's like very clearly showing itself in the shadows? It's no longer shadow. By the time it comes up to the surface and you have these like conflicts and things in your environment, it's now in the light. And it's very unpleasant because the darkness coming into the light is kind of like a really raw, raw, that's the word, raw. R-A-W, energy. What my guide said to me yesterday, they said spell raw backwards, and I was like, huh? Because they say I'm raw all the time, and I hear that a lot of the time as well with myself. Like I'm a raw person. Like I just say things how they are. I am an East Coaster. I'm from New York. We don't really like sugarcoat things. So they were saying, look at raw, and then it turns into war. And there's this idea, and I guess this is how you're handling the cracks in the foundation, the people that are coming forward in conflict, is like a war-based consciousness can be turned around, literally, figuratively, can be reversed into a constructive consciousness that is, when Spirit says the word raw, they mean your heart speaking the truth of any situation in any now moment, trusting your intuition. And I do feel called right now to say that is for both masculine and feminine. I don't know why, but they're saying it looks like the men think, okay, hold on, open that up a little bit. It's almost like men misunderstand their own intuition and think it's their mind, but it's actually really important for men and women, but women do this a little more consciously, to feel what you're feeling in the moment and speak from your feelings. Your feelings are the automatic system that are taking into account all of the vibrational components in your reality. And if you feel something, also in combination with what you have going on internally, and if you speak your truth based on what you're feeling and you stay raw, you don't try to make it or conform your truth into something palatable, you will very magically clear whatever is blocking you, it will be automatically alchemized and transformed through your voice, through language. You will clear the other person or other people and groups' energy because they are alchemized through receiving you and witnessing your voice. And you speak to the energy dynamics in any moment. So, I covered this in depth in the last video on marriage contracts. It just was coming through in that, but I'll try to explain a little bit here. Regardless of the sort of relationship that you're in, and every human you're in front of is a sort of relationship, right? Like, we're never going to get away from relationship. It's a dynamic. The energy that's present in the moment, that's the most dominating forces of energy, will be expressed in that moment, regardless of how dark or demonic is coming through they are, or how light. Whatever the dominant forces of energy are will be expressed. It's like a molding of every now moment. So if you can speak your truth, you're tackling all of the energy of the moment and cutting through. Now, karmically, that's karma, that's fate, is like how the energy works through. It's the force of life, it's all of the creative forces combined, and then the forces that are the most dominant are what get expressed through the parties that are present. The way that we get around that and start to, I'm going to use the word control. I don't know if it's the best word, but actually I'm feeling like it might be. We start to control, we become the, we become the control for the environment when we know who we are and who we're not. So, for example, this has happened to me so many times in my life with other people. If you don't have very strict integrity, if there is a dark force nearby, and I can promise they are always nearby, no matter how spiritual you are, they will find you. If there's a dark force nearby and there's someone that you're in conversation with that is not as strictly bound to their integrity, meaning they don't live 100% by their core virtues and values, if there's a sliding scale on their virtues or values, they become a vessel for that possessive channel to move through, the way that I am a vessel or a channel that source moves through. I could call it possessive, but me and source are just like, hi, we're just here. The way darker forces work is they step into the body, use it as a host, and then discard the host. Why am I saying this? Because there are a lot of good people that are not 100% aligned with their own personal virtues. They know who they are maybe to 80%, and that 20% is just enough wiggle room with addiction patterns, with negative thinking, with flexibility of character, like their character isn't solid enough, where dark forces will jump in and express through them to get the thing done, whatever the thing is. I've had to go through this so many times in the last 12 months. I'm just like, these were good people. And then when I think about it, I'm like, oh, they were only at 60 to 80% integrity, so they got hijacked effectively. We'll go into that in another stream. You guys, there have been so many energies trying to hijack. Unless you guys want me to go into that now, let me check in. We're very flow, stream of consciousness right now. Akashic Records, where do you want me to go? Do I need to touch on that? Oh, they're just bringing the attention to it. Be very, very aware that at the collective consciousness level that there are huge fucking hijackings going on. And I thought I just saw another termite. I didn't, but I thought I did. There are collective sorry, how do I say this? There's a sequence of events sweeping through the collective. Events are energy threads that are low vibrational and that have a very confusing energy wavelength pattern that makes you second guess yourself. Like, it makes you stop and go, wait, am I reading this right? It makes you doubt yourself. So just be, I don't want to use cautious is the word that's coming. Be cautious with your personal self-expression, if you find yourself expressing out of character, like not in character, not in your virtues, slow down, because these energies can only hijack your consciousness if you are unconscious, if you are not paying attention to them. The second you see the patterns, they materialize in front of you and dissolve, essentially. So it's like the darkness can only stay unconscious as long as it's unconscious. The moment you pull something from the back of your psyche into the light, it is now conscious. Now, what does that mean? Slow down. I had a conversation with someone about money earlier today, and she was telling me about this podcast episode that she was listening to and how people are just like, they just don't know what they're thinking when they're making purchases. And that energy goes into the purchase and then multiplies. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting. I'm really conscious about everything that I spend money on. I'm hyper conscious of. I only spend money on things I love. And I've been like that for a long time. But it's like, slow yourself down. The unconscious is only unconscious when you are moving quickly, when you are not paying attention. If you can slow down the moment, if you can slow down the day, if you can slow down your purchases, if you can bring yourself into being conscious around, I really want to say everything, because these attacks are coming all over the place energetically from at the collective level. Just slow yourself down. If you find yourself racing to do something, slow down. If you find yourself racing to eat, eating too fast, spending money, not thinking about it, feeling like shit while you're spending money, like, or whatever it is, like, slow down and say, do I really want to feel this? Is this really who I am? What are my virtues? What are my top 4 core values? What is valuable to me? Like, what are mine? I've been changing them. Unconditional love, bliss, peace, and wholeness. So I'm running everything through those mechanisms for myself. Expansion. Reciprocal energy. So anyway, all right, you've got that download. Well, what else you guys got? What you got for us, Spirit? They're like, pull some cards, Emelina. Stormy. How did I introduce myself on this stream? Stormy. We're doing Stormy with the IE, okay? Stormy with the IE. Okay, what do I want to pull? Themes for the week. They're starting with, what do we need to watch out for? What do we need to watch out for? You guys gave me a lot. All right. Oh, watch out for the transmissions. Hold on, let me feel into these cards. These cards are a little more esoteric, so I gotta like download it. Okay. There's a big saturation. Wait, what? There are two, okay, so there's a saturation of 2 energies present, sweeping through the collective mind. So there's crystal clarity. They're showing me beautiful, clear blue waters. This is going to show up as your life purpose. This is going to show up as like you all of a sudden knowing what jobs to apply for, or like what promotion you need, or starting your business, like how to go about it. Like you're going to get a concrete, practical download. Trust that. Move forward on it. Take notes, write down the actions, and do them. Like, don't wait. Do them next week. Okay? Okay, so that was the first energy. What's the second energy? It's direct opposite. Oh my God, they're showing me this vision from a movie, but I can't remember what movie it is. Is it Ghostbusters? It might be Ghostbusters. They're showing me this like purple cloud of darkness, just like, bleh, like weaving through the streets. And it's causing fear, scarcity, confusion. It's hiding lower level entity types that are looking to hide so they can grab at your ankles. I'll try to explain this, but it's like to get anything into your energy or distract you. They're trying to distract you in any way to turn away from your focus. The second you turn away from the focus of where you're going, and that crystal clarity, you just gave them your life force and they need that. The second you bring your attention and focus to these lower vibes, the lower entity types, the distractions, they feed and then they can actually pull. And I don't want to scare you guys. I mean, you can break out of anything, but I think it is Ghostbusters. It's like a cling and like a pull on the energy. And they're showing me it really, your attention's enough. Like if you give distractions attention. So keep your focus on the crystal clarity. And then can you show me, I mean, other than just not paying attention to distractions, like what do we most need to know? Ignore anything that's not yours. Okay, we might need to unpack that a little bit more. Especially my hyper empaths here. It's really important for you to acknowledge and recognize who you are. It's important to be aligned with your virtues or what I would call your core values. All right. Because if you know who you are, like at my core, I am an unconditional loving being. So when things come into my realm, into my world that are conditionally loving, I check in with myself and I feel it and I go, is that me? And I'm like, no, it's definitely not me. I have a full love exchange. I love people in a way most people haven't been loved. And it's like that's like my, when I feel it, when I feel the like highly conditional nature of the energy, I go, oh, that's not mine. Right. Okay. let that go. So that's what they're saying. Whatever it is for you, you should know you. All right. And trust that. If you need to journal this out, be like, who am I? And connect to your higher self. An intention to connect to your higher self could be enough. I also have a video on my main feed in the YouTube channel on connecting to your higher self in like 5 minutes a day. And write out who you are. Who am I? Who am I? Ask yourself the question and then write. I am a person who values this, and this. Another example for if this triggers anything for you guys, I am a person of high integrity. What does that mean? It means I'm constantly looking at people's intentions and people's actions and seeing if they match, because my intentions and my actions do match, and I want to honor that in myself. So I'm not going to allow people around me that have low integrity, because it automatically drains off of my life force. So like that's another way that I'll feed this. So I just gave you guys 2 examples for myself. I would sit down and journal for like 20 minutes. It doesn't even have to be that much, but whatever you're going to do to dig into your heart and say, who am I? Because you have to know who you are consciously, even to this surface level, even just to journaling for a little bit, in order to discern what is yours and what's not. So this like purple, not slime, but it's like this very sticky. It's also almost like in the Spider-Man movies where, I don't remember which ones. Is it the Spider-Man movies? I don't know. It's like this purple, like sticky, like gooey shit that like climbs. Oh, I can't. It's so gross. That energy is so disgusting. Yeah. I'll love you from afar. Get out. Snail. Venom, is it? Yeah, I don't know. One of those. Venom maybe? Yeah. So, okay, hold on. Let me try to break this down again, because they're showing me the absorption, but I'm trying to explain. don't get caught in the refractions of the light. Don't get caught in the confusion. Don't get caught in the manipulations. That's how they're getting the collective right now, is they're taking the truth and they're manipulating it. And I'm going to explain this. But that manipulation of the truth is enough for you to turn your focus to the distraction and get sucked in. Which it then pulls on your psychic momentum. So, oh my gosh, this is actually a lot of energy for me to unpack. Okay, hold on. Bring it back again. All I can say loud and clear is keep your eye on the prize. Like these streets, the psychic energy at the collective level that everyone's dealing with is filled with this, with dark energy. There was clearly a leak. Something happened recently. Maybe it was the eclipse. I don't know. The earth letting some energy out. They're showing me the eclipse breaking the foundation of something within the earth, and then the earth letting these darker energies out into the collective, which is very similar to the termites that were let out into my apartment that I had to clean up. Like it's an all of a sudden thing. It's kind of like when the earth, I don't know the specific terminology for this, but like, is it at fault lines where there's like gas that comes up out of the earth that's being released? It's kind of like that. Like there's a poison coming up out of the earth that is moving up into the collective consciousness for humans. And then remind me how we navigate. Oh, it has to do with the manipulation of the truth. So here's the deal. And these have been the patterns that have been coming through this last week that I've been hearing and experiencing. It's been driving me crazy. People are saying one thing and doing something totally different. Like businesses, people, professionals, like there are so many situations where one truth is said and it sets an agreement of expectations on what will be provided for, and then something different is delivered, and then whoever the people are then looking at the original expectations that were promised and saying, what? That's not what I agreed to. Like it's been like nuts. I have had to deal with a lot of conflicts this week, and I was talking to a friend earlier today, and she was telling me all the same things, and I was like, oh, wow. And then another friend today was telling me all the same, and I was like, oh, these are the collective energy themes right now, is that there's a truth, there's an expectation, it's reasonable, and the light collective, like, well, we assume that when you say you're going to do something, you'll do it. And this has been in a business sense in a lot of different ways, and then they do something different, and then they gaslight you into thinking that that wasn't what they were promising. It's like, I'm not going to give you guys a concrete example, but it's enough to make anyone peeved. But it's also enough for the light collective, and this is happening all over the planet, to be gaslit to holy hell energetically, which makes us all go, hold on, what? And that's enough time that these distractive forces need to like hijack the grids. So monitor, this is your protection mechanism for yourself, is understand your core values so you know what's not yours so you won't absorb it. Do not absorb the energy in your surroundings. Build your boundaries. Put yourself in a little bubble when you go out into public. You don't need to absorb the energy of the surroundings to know what's going on and be safe. You can actually just be safe. And then vet people's intentions, words, and actions. And if they're not following through, be very, very attentive to the energy more now than ever, because these darker energy entity types are looking to gosh, it's such a small opening, but it's really enough. They're just looking to confuse you so that they can download into your psyche a lot of subconscious limiting beliefs, self-doubt, self-harm. And then they're showing me so much cartoon stuff. And then they're showing me the little gremlins from Hercules, those little demons that are like, rah! And they run around like, I don't know. Hold on, I had 3 cards here. There was more coming in this download. So the empathic starseed, like, don't absorb. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. I will explain this one. So this is about giving it up to source. Don't micromanage the universe. You have to trust. Trust your values, trust your focus, trust where you're going, release the distractions, and don't be attached to how it looks. I want to say don't be attached to the outcome, but the outcome is the focus. Like, focus on where you're going. That's amazing. How the outcome appears as you're moving down your journey, definitely don't attach to that, because it's going to be a mess. Like, that's just how it is. Okay, and star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Okay, let me ask about that one. Oh, they're giving you the firewall on stream right now. Your Akashic records are connecting to the Akashic records through source consciousness and getting you the firewall that I'm downloading through from them and that I've been experiencing, but you're going to be receiving it. It is quite literally a firewall at the subconscious level. It's like an override to the reptilian mind in the back of the skull. At the spine, it looks like gosh, I'm going so heady esoteric with you guys right now, but this is what's happening. So it looks like they're, everything that I just described as the attacks is an implant that is, it's running at the top of the spine, at the base of the neck. And that implant is activated through confusion and self-doubt, by tripping you through saying one thing, doing another, and making you doubt yourself. It's actually pretty forceful. It's a forceful manipulation, energy manipulation. And hold on, they're showing me a vision here. Let's see. They just shut down the chip. So just by you listening, perceiving the stream, that implant has been shut down at the quantum level, so it can't be triggered within you. So you're really just protected and going to be able to see very, very clearly through your week. What can we look forward to? Okay. You can look forward to source taking control and steering you in the direction that you didn't even know to ask for, picking up the baggage, picking you up at the airport, like arranging the car, getting you to your hotel. It's like spirit's got it together, okay? Let go. Trust the process. Just maintain your focus, maintain your course. Spirit is in the process of rerouting each of us in the like collective that are doing this level of integration work. Spirit is moving you out of harm into alignment. There's essentially, because of the flood of this shit on the grids, Spirit is quickly maneuvering everyone into safety. So the way that it's being shown to me, so all that black sludge and stuff I was talking about, the purple sludge, it's being shown to me like there was a flood and that people need to be moved and evacuated to safety. So that's what's happening at the collective consciousness psychic grid level. So we're all being moved to safety. So you just trust and just let go, because Spirit is moving you into place, getting you your car, getting you your arrangements. Now, what does that look like? Oh, let's ask. What does that look like? Making new arrangements for your life, trusting them, being okay with them, not questioning them, not hyper thinking about it in a million different ways. Like, it's literally like trust. All right, when the inspired action comes, don't question it. Like, you'll know because you know your values. Is it you or is it not you? It's pretty simple. You do not need to double, triple think these things. If it feels like a good idea, do it. If it doesn't, don't. Okay? It's very simple. This is a rebirthing process. This also could be known as a death process. Okay, and just for shits and giggles, like, we're gonna pull out the this one. Okay. It's a death process, all right? So it means there's an aspect of your consciousness that's ready to be let go. Some of you are going to be moving through a very, oh yeah. I was like, I don't know what rapid ego death, but I don't know if it's rapid. Whoa! Oh my gosh. It's a stripping. It's like, oh, you thought that was you. The concealment card is here. This is the mask. This is the mask that the ego wears to fit in, to blend in, to be accepted. That mask that you've been wearing was fine for the previous light grids, before the flood, before these sweeping energetic attacks, before the dark forces actively trying to hijack. And I'm gonna be honest, wait, hold on, let me check in if I can share this with you guys actually. Let's see. Okay, so they're telling me to point out, so here's how the hijacking is working, just for you guys to know. I didn't know if I needed to point it out, but apparently I do, and this is what's also causing the ego mask to drop. It has to do with abandonment wounding, neglect wounding, neglect, abandonment, rejection, it's almost like an expectation of deep trauma and honestly, every human has some level of this. Like there aren't really that many exceptions. Like if you've lived being human, you've lived through something. And the way that the energies are able to hijack is by triggering an opening of all the abandonments in the back chakra centers in the shadow, which automatically opens you up without your conscious permission. It's a reptilian program. It's an automatic thing. Once all the chakra centers are open in the shadow, how do you guys want to explain this? It's a hijacking. It's just like it's very unsafe. And it's rather automatic. If something doesn't feel good, it's not good. Catch up to it. Use your voice. Your voice can change that entire manipulation immediately. It's why I was telling you at the beginning of the stream, trust how you feel. How you feel is an appropriate understanding of your internal energy matched with the external energy in any now moment. When you feel like something's wrong, say something, say anything. Your voice alchemizes energy. It changes your timelines. It heals instantaneously yourself and others. You can bring out the best in others when they are showing unconscious and hijacked programming by speaking your truth. When you speak the truth, they then have to confront that shadow, and you've alchemized it instantaneously, which makes the position of everyone, including yourself, safe. Your voice is what makes you safe. Speak. Do not hold back. If you are going to freak out about speaking and have a panic attack, I would say speak anyway, because it's going to alchemize. It'll settle out. The more intense the anxiety behind your speaking, the more you need to speak. Also, it is not your responsibility, whatever the response is from the other person or other parties or other groups. Responsibility is your ability to respond. If you are speaking your truth, you are no longer in a responsibility to respond. You are in a responsibility to speak. The other people are in responsibility, okay? And if they're not able of responding in a good and light way, it is not your problem, all right? You cannot control things outside of yourself. You cannot control how people think or feel about you. You can try, but you'll go crazy in the process. That's what the ego is doing, is it's like, it creates masks, right? That's what the ego does, especially when it's scared. It's trying to survive, and a lot of those masks are very helpful for us throughout our life, and then they're not. And when they're not, we have to die. And I'm sure those of you that follow me, like, know. I mean, I'm sure I've gone into this in so many different streams. Like, ego deaths are very regular. A lot of people most of the collective only experiences 1 or 2 ego deaths in their life, and it's like a midlife crisis. I experience an ego death like every 2 months. So like, I mean, you guys watched. I'm going by Stormy now. You think that didn't come by with an ego death? Please. I have a new ego being crafted for me with the name Stormy that I'm just adapting to. Anyway. All right, Spirit. What else do you want to say about, grounding. Oh, also, okay, so in the concealment card, there's a skull up here. Skull. Now, I'm being guided to tell you what this skull is for and why I now have so many skull crystals, elemental crystals. I will go into this in another stream. Dylan, I'm going to shout you out. We will talk about crystals. So I get the skull crystals because they help me manage and ground my thoughts. Okay, so I've got 5 skulls and they're all assigned to a specific frequency of mental acuity for me. And I was struggling a lot because you guys will know with the amount of psychic attacks that I've gotten because of how aware I am. It's like, it's been crazy. So anyway, I got all these crystal skulls and they helped me tremendously. If you're working with skulls at all, it's like not like, it's not like dark. Like they're literally, these are grounding crystals. So this is a shungite. This is a hematite. Hematite's about grounding from spiritual into reality, getting things into form. Shungite is a spiritual detox. It's a cleanse. So I have these to help me ground into material form and to detox my thoughts and keep me on my forward focus that I need to be on. I'll read your comment after as well. So maybe pick up a crystal skull. If you guys want these also, I've been trying to source them. I may start selling them. Honestly, that's why I have so many crystals is I was like, I'm gonna sell them. And then I get really attached to them. Like I got this one recently. I was like, I'm gonna sell it. But like, I get so attached to them because they're so beautiful. Also, this one matches my nails. This is fluorite. This one clearly needed to come on stream today too. What's going on with this guy? Oh, it's a gentle heart chakra clearing. Okay. Let's go back to the ego. Spirit, tell me, because I know ego deaths can be hard for people. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about ego deaths this week? They're just saying to me, the Akashic records are just saying, realize it's not a big deal. Like, we get so attached to our form. There's a lot of things going on right now, okay? We get so attached to how our ego presents itself and like how we see that as being a stable identity. But the truth is that we are our own home. The turtle brings its home with it everywhere. So regardless of what mask you're wearing, like your energy, your soul frequency is protecting you through source consciousness to be able to bring yourself everywhere. You're always whole. Even if the ego dies, like you're actually not truly any different. You just let go of a mask. Or in terms of the turtle, like you let go of like, I don't know, painting your exterior shell a color it didn't belong. Like, you need to just stay in your natural shell. It'll be fine. Tell the humans to get over it. Like, yeah, my personality may have changed for you because I dropped a mask. Okay, what are you going to do? Like, you pissed off at me? You don't know what to expect? Well, now you get to see the real me. And you guys have seen, like, over the last 4 weeks, I mean, over the last year, but more specifically over the last 4 to 6 weeks, I just have no more time for masks. I took all the masks off of my heart and I'm like, I just don't care. Like, I do not care what people think about me. I will say what needs to be said. I really don't care about the response. I know I can handle it. I know spirit can handle it. I've been put through so many conflicts this year that I'm literally just like, all right, like whatever, like I can control no one, and I have no desire to control anyone but me. The shark is what's running underneath the surface. This is like your shadow energy, the ego. Like, what are the conflicts under the surface that haven't been identified or dealt with yet? They're coming up. All right, they're getting ready to be let go. There's also a ton of oh my gosh, oh my God, they're all coming up. There's a ton of healing that's coming forward as well. The whale is the heart chakra. So trust your heart. It's almost like these are kind of going hand in hand. It's like directly confront the demons within yourself that are coming forward to be expressed out of you, to be exercised out with your heart chakra. If you are tuned into your heart, you are tuned into your home and what feels like home for you, your authentic core soul frequency, and you speak from that place, from your authenticity, no matter how scary it may feel in the moment. I am very, what do we call it? Desensitized to fear around speaking my truth most of the time at this point. But a lot of you, if this is new, it'll feel like, I don't know. Say it anyway. Do it anyway. Because you're carrying your home with you. You're also in a serious amount of healing. The frog is healing. These are cleansing waters. You might want to go to a body of water if you can, or take a bath, and allow the poison to be released out of your system energetically. I don't think you have to focus on the release of the poison. I think it's going to take care of itself naturally, is what I am being told. There are way too many cards. I'm like, I can read all of them. Spirit, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Some of you have a slower wake-up process. You're rubbing a little crust off of your eyes. This is the bear. This is like the spiritual awakening that comes after the hibernation, after the slumber. Some of you are going to be shocked and surprised at the fact that you do have an egoic mask. Some of you think that that mask is the real you. And then you're going to find out through your own healing. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I might ask what it is to have a true, authentic home. They're making this real simple for us. They're like, the healing is you speaking your truth from your heart. And the home is you living in your heart space, having said truth, and allowing source to alchemize every moment to meet you in a very magical way because you spoke your truth. And then the hawk is here as well. I really feel like this is a sign for someone. I'm hearing that. So if you needed a sign of a hawk, it is here. The hawk is all about vision, okay? It's all about seeing the finite details at the ground level and being able to survey the complete bird eye view and to see the map through. So this is a combination of your higher self working with you at your lower self level in synchronization to move you forward through what looks to be like, if they're saying through November, hold on. It's like an obstacle course. They're saying it's not crazy or anything. You just need to be, centered in your heart, aware, and speaking your truth. That is the rebirthing process. I've not had children, but I've heard that it hurts. So that's like what's being said is the birthing process. There is pain through the birth. So just when you feel some level of pain or angst or difficulty in that feeling like you're growing too fast or expanding in a way that feels painful, just relax. Those are like energetic contractions. You will land on the other side when the birthing process is complete, and they're telling me on the other side of November, so December. So be loving, caring, and gentle with yourself with the let go card that showed up. This is we could say the Cancer crab, right? Like Cancer is all about the home. It's all about your space in your home. How sacred is your home space? Do you have a sacred physical space that you can go to and retreat to and call back your energy that can nurture your energy? The home within yourself. Home. Home. What does home mean to you? Some of you, your homes are toxic. Physically, with like mold issues or poisons, environmentally with smog or smoke, or even like immediately with toxic partners. So you need to be attentive. Hold on, it's a message of the toxicity of your home and how you need to. Okay, so tell me a little bit. They're saying detox, but like what would that be or look like? Detox them from your life. It's a rather permanent rearranging. That rearranging is going to look rather different for each person. Some of that rearranging is removing you all out of unions that you don't belong in. Only take that message if it resonates, by the way. If it does not, please don't read into that more. These are collective energies. Please keep your sovereignty with you. But there are a lot of relationships that are being rearranged because I just keep hearing so many people in toxic unions because it's almost like they didn't know until they knew. And there is this like can of worms this year that's just like being opened on the spiritual like collective, especially through channels like myself that have been through many relationships, so I can speak to many of them. That's like, yo, if it's toxic, it's gotta go. Like we're no more in the age of like having to grin and bear it through relationships. Spirit is not into it anymore. I think a lot of our parents did that, you know, but it's just like, it's not a thing. Spirit's doesn't want it. Okay. Akashic records, what else you got? I'm actually gonna pull my staff out too. Okay, so the staff is a different channel, just for you guys to know. This is the entire planet of shamanic ancestors, millions of ancestors channel through the staff for me. And they said first of all, they said congratulate everyone on the stream. They said they've actually moved through, I call these portal gates. They're like points in time where you have to make decisions in a critical, pivotal way that move you into higher states of balance for yourself, like who you're supposed to become, your ascension, your trajectory, stepping into more powerful positions within the self. And they're showing me so many of you. Dylan, I'm being asked to call you out. They're literally showing me you in the front. So just like take that one home. They're showing me so many of you, like I'm seeing many people deep with these gold medals around their neck. And then let me ask. You're doing the unspeakable. Many of you have been moving effing mountains, you guys, and you might not even know it. Like, I'm seeing it actually for a good number of you has been kind of easy to the point where you don't even know what you've shifted, so you don't know to congratulate yourself because you're so available for the evolutionary upgrade of like listening to channels like this, like following the right people, taking the right actions, just trusting your intuition before you go create a tizzy and mess out of your life. That actually you've skipped out on a lot of like lower timelines or realities that had critical disasters, mishaps, long karmic consequences, that you guys have skipped out on them, that you are doing your work and that it can be easy. It's as easy as just being conscious. So congratulate yourselves there. You guys should know who you are. I think you will. I believe you're being, like, I can see your crown chakras lighting up. You're being fed by the stars. I'm going to open this one up a little bit, but that was one of the first cards they sent out. So they're showing me an activation in a segment of this collective that we're working in, like the light collective, light worker collective, where it's like there's food and nutrients. I think this happens a lot, but they're showing it to me right now specifically, I guess, for a reason. It's like all of this critical, spiritual nutrients. All of this critical spiritual nutrients is downloading in to the crown chakra from your starseed families, from your higher galactic lineage. That's another way of saying that. It's okay, so they're saying it's allowing your partners to find you through the ascension matrix. Partners is going to be romantic for many of you. It will be business partnerships, collaborations for many of you, and it will be friendships for many of you. The starseed families are coagulating, is that the right word? Like really solidifying and coming together, and they're seeding that consciousness from the light grid into your crown chakras to help you. It's like an antenna to help you find and run into the star family that you are related to, that is incarnated, so that you can find your partners, your partnerships, and your partnerships can find you. Those of you that have been in relationship transition like me, my gosh, spirit, like, you know, when you have let go of a lot of people, what happens is that people kind of freak out because they're like, I've let go of so many people, I don't know who's in my court anymore. Try not to get sad, because it's like spirit is just has you in a hallway until you and the other partners are ready, and then you will be flooded with new relationships. So like last week, I kid you not, I mean, I don't know, I probably met 10 or 15 amazing people, like way too many people for me to keep up with, maybe more than 15, to the point where I got overwhelmed. I was like, wow, you're sending me all of the awesome people all at once. I was like, I hope that they know to keep getting in touch with me, because I am already overwhelmed. Like, too much good. And I have people just like finding me like out of nowhere. I don't even know where these people came from, and they're incredible, like the most incredible humans, both in person and like online and stuff. And I'm like, how what? Like, okay, I'm here for it, because I needed a new stockpile of relationships. So for those of you that have been in this corridor of the in-between of like, I released a lot, I need some new people in my life, spirit, like I need some support emotionally. Because when we release that emotional support, and we become our only emotional support structure. And then you have to allow through faith, that was that letting go, allowing source to rearrange everything in front of you, get you the map, and source will actually bring the people pretty much to your door. So you just really have to stay open-hearted, curious, loving, rooted in your virtues, rooted in how you feel. Like, if you feel good, it's a good vibe. Like, if you don't, well, don't talk to them. Okay, are there any other messages here? Oh my gosh. They're telling me to guide you to the Akashic Records course. I don't have it open, but if you are interested, you can send me an email and I can probably hook you up with that. It's called Akashic Records Immersion. Those of you that have been through it, I've got so many of you enjoying the program and continuing to digest the program. But I teach you how to read your own Akashic Records, how to do your own psychic development, how to trust yourself, how to develop your intuition. If you are not psychic, you will become psychic. You all are psychic. It's just a matter of understanding the intuition that is given to you and how spirit speaks to you, and then amplifying your own psychic abilities, which we do in Akashic Records Immersion. I wasn't planning on promoting that right now, but that's where they asked me to go. So I'm going to trust that the people that need that right now can reach out and let me know via email, and I'll send you all the info. Galactic Library. Yes, it is the Galactic Library. You know, for me, the Akashic Records are like galactic coaches. They're like coaches in like healing rooms for me. But they do show themselves as a library a lot. Okay, AR, anything else, you guys? Oh, there's also, I have a free training if you want to get your feet wet in the Akashic Records. There's a link down below to my free 8-part video training on the Akashic Records. And then if you want to dive deeper, I have a very in-depth program on the Akashic Records that you will love and enjoy. I promise. Okay, hold on. I was gonna look at the comments. We check them one more time. Akashic, we're good? Oh my gosh, this is what they're telling me. This is so exciting. Yay. They told me that there's a flood of new souls on the grid that are just starting to wake up. So if you're seeing my video, like, welcome, sweetheart. I'm excited to have you and help you develop your spirituality and your understanding of yourself. And if you know someone that is beginning to wake up, steer them my way into the Akashic Records, into the free training or the full-on course. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? They said there were tons of souls waking up right now. Oh, they're all going through tower moments and they're in direct fear. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, I don't think spiritual awakening is ever like glossy. You know what I mean? Spiritual awakening's like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. I don't know what to do about it. So if you find somebody that is like that, send them my channel. Send them my channel. It's a good deed forward, right? Leaving alcohol. Yeah, for you or others? Oh my God, you guys, I can't even make this stuff up. I love being psychic so much. I love it so much. You were gonna go to bed, but now you're here. I'm almost done. You can rewatch it, but I'm happy to see you, Mark. I pray to safely speak my truth. This is like the theme of the entire mother effing stream, okay? I pray to safely speak my truth. And that is the card they popped out for me. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I have a person who's been confiding me about it, and they're like, oh, you're gonna be going through it. Yeah, quitting alcohol is a whole thing. You gotta make it past the 2-year mark, right? I pray to give the wheel over to God. God, you steer and take the wheel. That was another message. I honestly love being psychic. Like, it's literally, do you know how many cards I could pull? And the cards that come out are literally the ones on theme. And this one just popped out again, like the rebirth. You're being rebirthed by Gaia, actually. They're showing me there's an entire energetic rebirth process. For those of you that don't know, I will talk, maybe I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it right now, okay? In the planet, there are birth canals that the soul goes through before you go into the womb of your mother. And they're showing me, and there are birth canals all over the planet, okay? So there's a big canal in, a big opening in Arizona. I came out of that one. I have like recall of going through the planet, coming out of Arizona's birth canal. Anyway, our souls, can you unpack this a little bit for me? The majority of the souls on Earth right now are actually going through like a cyclical rebirth process, similar to how the body, the cells in the body turn over every 7 years. They're showing that the human psyche, the soul, is put through the rebirthing process to regenerate like every certain amount of years. It has to do with an astrological event, but I don't completely understand the way that they're showing me the energy. But it does have to do with astrology. So you're being rebirthed right now. Your soul is going through the birth canal in the earth. You're going to be changing aspects of your personality that you might be like, what? I didn't know I was like that. This doesn't feel like me. And it's like, well, it is you. You're just dropping a mask and you're embracing a new aspect or identity of your existing soul consciousness. I pray to be made in a safe and happy way. This is to pray for the conditions that will allow you to make the decisions that you need to make to change your life in the most positive of ways. That one, apparently. I pray to trust in faith. Okay. Biggest themes of the stream. Trust. Allow the painful rebirthing process to be what it's going to be. Drop the masks. Center in what your home is. Your home is both in your authentic core soul frequency. Your home is your actual home as well. Creating a safe and sacred space. Living in that space. Retreating to that space and speaking your truth. Your voice alchemizes energy instantaneously in any moment. You can trust that truth based in the resonance of how you feel in your heart that prompts you to speak through your mouth. All right? Sing your truth. And I saw this card peeking out. That was meant for us, you guys. The dolphin. Okay, this is all about joy. It's all about play. This is what you can look forward to on the other side. If you speak your truth and you just let the trash out, not the trash of the truth, but like whatever's happening in your environment, like let it clear. It'll clear through your voice. You can say things that are uncomfortable to other people. Like it just directly confronting the energy in any moment. Brings it from the subconscious to the conscious mind. It brings it from the dark into the light and allows other people to confront it. You can be kind about how you call other people out. And just maintain your integrity for your personal sovereignty and knowing that it's not your responsibility to control the response. You can't control the response. So don't try to. Just say what needs to be said, and then you have to be in trust that what you said is what was needed to have been said, even if it ruffled some feathers. We can't have the masks anymore. They're being ripped off by your higher self. So I'm sorry, not sorry. That's the message. Tap into joy. This is what we're looking forward to. On the other side is the dolphin. Dolphins are the only animals that have sex for pleasure. Enjoy that. Take care of yourself. Give yourself pleasure. Give yourself joy. Dolphins are play. They're also higher dimensional consciousness, so they're functioning in the 5th dimensional consciousness. They are a Pleiadian consciousness. For those of you that resonate with being Pleiadian starseeds, they're very playful, very musical, very whimsical. They like to have fun. They experiment. They're curious. They just try things to try things. They live from their heart space. They love openly. Is there anything else I want to do? Joy is the way through. As you speak your truth, if you can kind of juggle the feelings of like, reduce the masks, release the masks, allow myself to change in the process, allow myself to speak my truth, and embody joy. What's joyful in this moment? What would be more fun for me to do tomorrow? What can I look forward to next week? You have to be able to balance and hold both things in your psyche at the same time. The ego death that you're in the process of working through, as well as the joy is actually the intuition. So the oh my god. Like what? When energy releases, it releases. Oh my god. Oh gosh, that's so uncomfortable. I don't know if I released something for someone in the stream. Whoa, that was a blockage. It came right out. Anyway, the joy is your intuition. Okay, they were showing me this third eye right here. So if you follow the joy, I'm going to read through this. Doing this process makes me feel more stable because you're used to chaos. Yeah. It's quite a retraining process. That's my experience. Chaos has a way of You know what? Actually, when we meet chaos with love, chaos is just disorganized energy. So when chaos meets you, or like meets me, when chaos comes, it's really just about our conscious projection being able to organize the energy, or giving it back up to source to organize the energy. And the way that my hand just moved, I didn't do that consciously. That's the snake. So it's actually your attunement to your kundalini energy will actually rearrange the chaotic energy for you automatically in your auric field. The magnetism that is your energy through your kundalini, it's like coming up the spine and then going back out, will actually reorganize that chaotic energy, and it will become organized for you, either in a way where it literally organizes as it gets to you, or you know the path of organization to then output it. Okay. Follow the joy. That's what I got. For those of you interested in working with me one-on-one, come check out Summer Quantum Breakthrough. It is big identity shifting, quantum leaping. You can email me for the package details below. That's what I got. Okay, let me read your comments. Wait, what do you mean faith and, what'd you say? Faith mechanisms. Yes. I like seeing, you know, because it's kind of funny when we think about like people that come from traumatic or chaotic backgrounds, like chaos just has a way of finding me. I actually don't mind anymore. You know, it's not something to be scared of. It's just like, oh yeah, hi chaos. Like, what's up? Because chaos is really meeting me like a puppy dog wanted to be trained. And I'm like, right, you came to the right place. I will give you organization because all energy is great. Okay. I saw Dylan and I saw Mark. Anyone else in here? These are my two. You guys are just like vibing with me tonight. Dylan, I've been catching the crystal references. My ears perked a few times. I just shut off the Grand Theft Auto. That is a sign right there, my friend. I had to when did you post that comment? 10:07. I had to shut off Grand Theft Auto. Okay, let's just break it down. Grand Theft Auto, it's literally the themes I was talking about earlier had to do with this like lower level consciousness. It's like a Grand Theft Auto, but the Grand Theft instead of the auto is the Grand Theft is your chi force, your energy. You had to shut off the distraction. Like literally, oh my God, look at that energy. It's just coming through so cleanly. I love that. Water break. Oh, you started to open the book, like the book of the Akashic Records. They don't show themselves as a book to me very often, but I hear that so frequently with people. Yeah, Mark, 2.5 years clean. I think the 2-year mark is like that's a big marker. Yeah. Let's celebrate Mark for being sober. That's like so good. So proud of you. Very needed and verifying. I'm glad. I don't know what that was in reference to, but I'm happy to see that. Dun, dun, dun. Ah, we're here for all the smiles. Yeah, you guys are good. Okay, we're good. That's the end of my stream. That's what you got. Lots of love. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, day, / whenever you see this. Know that I am sending my love through the quantum matrix and giving you all a big hug. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you soon. And enjoy your weekend. And I will see you soon in another video. Alrighty. Peace.